Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So in this video we are going to see some value based questions on the chapter life process. So the first question is, digestion is a catabolic process in which complex and large components of food are digested and broken down into their respective simpler and smaller form with the help of various hydrolytic enzymes. In human being, the process of intake of essential nutrients in the form of food takes place through an entire system. In human, includes alimentary canal and its associative digestive glands. The alimentary canal is a muscular cord tubular structure of about 9 meters in length and begins from mouth and ends with anus. The various organs of human digestive system in sequence are mouth, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine. The glands which are associated with the human digestive system and forms a part in the human digestive system are salivary glands, liver and pancreas. The duct of various glands open into the alimentary canal and pour the secretions of the digestive juice into the alimentary canal. So let us see the first question. In which of the following organs digestion is started? So answer is mouth. Second question is, which of the following is a final product of digestion of protein? So when the protein is break down, so it gives amino acids. Next question is, what are the peristaltic movements? So peristaltic movements mean the rhythmic contraction relaxations of canals like small intestine, large intestine and esophagus. So the option is A, rhythmic contraction of canal. Next question 4. Which of the following enzyme is present in saliva? So in saliva, amylase is present which break down starch. So question number 4 answer is A, amylase. Next fifth question. Which chemical substance is responsible for acidic medium of stomach? So answer is HCl. HCl makes the acidic medium for the action of pepsin. Next question. They create byproducts that are not useless for the cells of body but could even be harmful. These waste byproducts are therefore needed to be removed from the body and discarded outside by a process called excretion. Again, if the basic rules of the body design in multicellular organisms are followed, a specialized tissue for excretion will be developed, which means the transportation system will need to transport waste away from cells to these excretory tissues. So first question is, the excretory materials are temporarily stored in, so they are stored in urinary bladder, then after they pass through the uretras. So number 6 question answer is urinary bladder. 7th number question, the main excretory byproduct in human beings are, the main excretory byproduct is urea. The process of removal of nitrogenous waste materials from the body is called, so answer is excretion, removal of wastes. 8 option C, excretion. Which is the main excretory organs in human beings? The main excretory organs of kidneys because they only contains nephrons. Question number 10. Which is known as the basic filter unit of kidneys? So the basic unit filters are nephrons. Arteries are the vessels which carry blood away from heart to various organs of the body. Since the blood emerges from the heart under high pressure, the arteries have thick elastic walls. Veins collect the blood from different organs and bring it back to the heart. They do not need thick walls because the blood is no longer under pressure. Instead, they have valves that ensure that the blood flows only in one direction. On reaching an organ or tissue, the artery divides into smaller and smaller vessels to bring the blood in contact with all the individual cells. The smallest blood vessels have walls which are 1 cell thick and are called capillaries. Exchange of material between the blood and surrounding cells takes place across this thin wall. The capillaries then join together to form veins that convey the blood away from the organ or tissue. So let's see the questions. What is the importance of thin walls of blood capillaries? Option A is, thin wall of blood capillaries provide them protection. Exchange of material between the blood and surrounding cell takes place across the thin walls of blood capillaries, and thin walls of blood capillaries helps in smooth flow of blood. All of the above. The answer is, exchange of materials between the blood and surrounding cell takes place across the thin walls of blood capillaries. Next question. Write down difference between arteries and veins. Arteries Arteries are blood vessels with, while veins are not. Arteries have thick walls while veins have thin walls. Arteries have valves while do not have valves. So the answer is option B. Arteries are thick and veins are thin walls. Next question. What is the function of valves in veins? Valves ensure the indirectional flow of blood. Valve increase the oxygen carry capacity of the blood. Valve protect the veins from outer shocks, and valves withstand the high pressure of blood in veins. So the answer is valve ensure the indirectional flow of blood. The third number answer is option A. Valve ensure the indirectional flow of blood. This transport of soluble products of photosynthesis is called translocation and occurs in part of the vascular tissue known as phloem. Beside the product of photosynthesis, the phloem transport amino acids and other substances. These substances are specially delivered to the storage organs of roots, fruit and seeds. And to growing organs, the translocation of food and other substances takes place in the sieve tissues with the help of adjacent component cells both in the upward and downward direction. Unlike transport in xylem, which are largely explained by some physical special force, the translocation in phloem is achieved by utilizing energy. Materials like sucrose transferred from flowing tissues using energy from ATP. The increase of osmotic pressure of the tissue carrying water into it. This pressure of the material to tissue which has less pressure. This allows the phloem to move. For example, in the spring, sugar stored in roots or stem tissues would be transported to the buds which need organ to grow. Let's see the question number 16. The transportation of materials into phloem requires. So the transport of materials in phloem, which is food, is energy. The energy required so that only that materials will transport into phloem. Next question is the translocation of food in plants takes place in. So here food transportation. So phloem requires that phloem ensures the food transportation. So here it is both in upward and downward direction. We can say it as bidirectional or multidirectional. Next question is the components in which the translocation process in plants are. So these are the sieve tissues and component tissues. These contain the phloem which transport translocation, which is known as phloem. The phenomenon of transportation of food in plants in dissolved form is called, this is known as translocation. Transport of food in a translocation, and transport of water is transpiration. Which is the following vascular tissue is responsible for the transportation of soluble products of photosynthesis? So answer is phloem. So these questions are MCQs question based on the sample question paper. Identify the phase of circulation which represent the diagram of the heart given below. Arrows indicates contraction of chamber zone. So option A is blood transferred to right ventricle and left ventricle simultaneously. So option is wrong. Blood is transferred to lungs for oxygenator and is pumped to various organs. So option B is right. So here the blood are transported to lungs to be pumped to again they will pump to heart and for them then to other various organs simultaneously. Next 22nd option. Opening and closing of stomata post depend upon. So these depend upon the water contained on the guard cells. So 22 option answer is option D. Next question is in which of the following group of organisms blood flows through the heart only once during one cycle of phase through the body? So the option D is right because here shark, dogfish and stingrays are fish and they have two chambered heart. So 23rd option is D, shark, dogfish and stingray. Next question. What is the common between extensive network of blood vessels around walls of alveoli and glomerulus of nephrons? Thick walled arteries rich supplied with blood, thin walled veins poorly supplied with blood, thick walled capillaries poorly supplied with blood, thin walled capillaries richly supplied with blood. So option A is right. Thick walled arteries richly supplied the blood. So let's next question is plants use completely different process of excretion as compared to animals. Which one of the following is not allowed to plants by excretion? They can get rid of excess water of transpiration, this is true. They selectively filter toxic substances through their leaves. Waste products are stored in resins and gums in old xylem. They excrete waste substances soil around them. So your question asking plant use completely different process by excretion as compared to animals. So your option C will write they stored as resins and gums in old xylem. Next question. In which of the following group of organisms food material is broken down outside the body and then absorbed? So your option right will be option B, yeast, mushroom, bread molds, because these all are fungi and fungi use saprotrophic mode of nutrition. So 26 answer will be option B. Next 27 number. In a person, the tubule part of the nephron is not functioning at all. What will be effect of the urine? So your answer will be that our urine is more diluted. So 27 number is option D. Next 28. The function of KOH is to absorb dash. So answer is carbon dioxide. It gives correct functioning or characteristics of the four parts of human being. So here alveoli thin wall sac structure for exchange of gases, that is true. Diaphragm, it is pulled up when it breathes, false. So here option A is right. So 20 number option A is correct. 30 number. Identify the option that indicate the correct enzyme secreted by location A, B and C. So here option A, it secretes amylase. Then option 2 will be pepsin and option 3 will be trypsin. So here option B is correct. You can see the figure. Option will be mouth, second is stomach and third is pancreas. So option B 30 number, option B will correct. Next question is various maintenance processes are needed to. So your maintaining process which are known as life process, these are needed for the survival. So option 31 will be A, option A, survival. Next question. All the source of energy need to broken down in the body and converted into. So your option will be uniform energy, that is ATP or ADP. So your breakdown of food gives to uniform energy. 33rd. The reason for single cell diffusion insufficiency in the multicellular organism. So we know that the diffusion is held in only the unicellular organism. So why they are not held in multicellular organism? The reason is option B, big size and complex body design. Next 34. Various chemical reactions body use dash for energy generation. So in any animals, oxygen is required for doing any chemical reaction in their body because for the energy requirement. Next question is the process of conversion of light energy to chemical energy and splitting of water molecules into hydrogen and oxygen in plants is known as, so we can say directly that it is known as photosynthesis. 35 number option A will be photosynthesis. Next 36th. Which plant take up carbon dioxide at night and prepare immediate? So desert plants, they take carbon dioxide at night and in the morning they prepare their photosynthesis and they prepare their food. The purpose of closing the pores of the plants when it does not need the photosynthesis is, so in previous question we read that the closing and opening of the pores of the stomata is held by the water present in the guard cells. So option will be right to save the water. 37 number option will be A, to save water. Next 38. Tooth decay will not be prevented by dash. So A is regular brushing, B is regular flossing, C is regular visit to dentist, D is increasing the consumption of sucrose. 38 number will be D. If you increase the sucrose, so tooth decay will occur. So question asks which will not prevent. So 38 number option D will write. So fermentation is caused due to the yeast cells. So they are anaerobic respiration. So let's see the options. The process of breakdown of glucose in 6 carbon molecules, then 3. So it is wrong. The breakdown of organic substance in the absence of oxygen. So this is correct. That is anaerobic respiration. 39 number option is right. Then 40 number. Normal range of hemoglobin content in human beings are. So option C will write for men 10 to 5 to 17.5 grams per deciliter. For women 10.5 0 to 15.5 grams per deciliter. So 40 number option C will write. Meet in the next video. So thanks for watching, and the next video we will read the light chapter, physics first chapter, light, reflection and refraction. So thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe my channel.